Hi, my name is Larry DeTrell Petrie, and welcome to my podcast presentation. My instructor's name is Jay Murphy, and today I'm going to talk about Newton's third law of motion when applied to martial arts. It states that a target that is struck does, in fact, strike back evenly in the opposite direction. I'll elaborate on that a little bit further, but first I want to go into a famous martial artist that lived a long time ago, Bruce Lee, and his film Enter the Dragon.
Boards don't hit back.
Bruce Lee was wrong when he said words don't hit back, though for the purposes of the film, I believe he is correct. Newton's third law, when applied to the endlessly tiresome punching air drills in the martial arts practice, isn't as satisfying or fun as punching a solid target and feeling the actual impact. As an instructor, I believe that much can be learned from striking solid targets, like in breaking boards. The problem is that these methods often lead to injuries. The war continues as technology advances further into the future. In video games, there are many different interfaces that allow the player to control an action that impacts the game and more of cause and effect, since the player presses a button and Mario jumps. We have come a long way with the Nintendo's Wiimote, Xbox 360's Kinect, and PlayStation 3's Move. What I'm proposing to say is why not add the actual impact of Newton's third law of motion that's missing from today's overall gaming experience. It's a fact that video game interface has opened up new opportunities for computer technology as the work for both game designers and game players is never done. My idea is a new gaming console, hardware the player actually wears applying what I call impact technology. In theory, this would be the same, but somewhat a little bit different, very expensive, sophisticated hardware and software. Although for the moment, please bear with me and try to imagine this new technology. Starting with the hardware, which I would include a pair of impact gloves, impact footwear, impact knee pads, impact elbow pads, along with an impact vest. Finally, to top it all off with a pair of headset 3D glasses using a kind of augmented reality display that links all of hardware via Bluetooth. This hardware interacts with the game world the same way a martial artist would interact with a training dojo using Newton's third law of motion without the potential of dangerous injuries. The game would guide the player to execute the perfect punch by impacting the fist with equally applied force, followed by a corresponding sound effect. No sound effect means no impact of execution. So let's review. We talked about how objects A and B act equally at the same time with applied force. We also saw examples of this principle applied to the less dense air and the more dense wooden board. Finally, we talked about how the work of everyone, even from the time of Newton until today, is never truly complete. And that even though the laws stay the same, that technology is the main thing that's always changing. And it's our creativity that we can contribute to this future. So I wanted to thank everybody for listening, and I hope that something was learned.